Oh, are we just dead? They can remove this, we're dead. Welcome back to the lab. We got a deck for you today that you've probably seen around on the ladder. The deck revolves around a couple threats here. We got the Terminator himself, Illuminator Virtuoso. Double Strike, whenever you target him with a spell, he connives, which is you draw a card and then discard a card. If you discard a non-land card, he gets a counter. So he gets pretty big quick. Then we got Ledger Shredder. Whenever a player casts their second spell, you connive. So he gets counters quick too. And then we got Stormchaser Drake. This card holds the deck together pretty well because we need to draw cards. And then we have Mavinda, just a one of. We want to keep our curve really low in this deck. Then our spells, we have our protection spell, and you see a guard approach, which provides hexproof, and sometimes we can tap an opponent's creature to get in for the final amount of combat. Slip out the back, protects our creature, it phases it out, gets a counter. It can also phase out an opponent's creature, so we can get in for the last bit of damage. Fading Hope, it can protect our creatures. We can pull a creature back from our hand, or back to our hand, or it can bounce one of their creatures. Then we have Homestead Courage. Vigilance is really good in this deck. We can attack with a big Virtuoso or a big Ledger Shredder and then block the next turn. It also double spells really well because it has flashback, so we can cast it from the graveyard. Then we have Guiding Voice. It puts a counter on a creature and then we get to learn. So we get to draw and discard, or we get to grab a lesson from our sideboard. We got just a couple different cards. We usually discard these cards just in case we have a mascot exhibition, intro to prophecy, expanded anatomy. This card actually is pretty good in the deck because it gives 2 counters and a creature gets vigilance till the end of the turn. So some teachings of the Archaics, which can draw us more cards. Reduced memory, which exiles a permanent. Environmental sciences, grab a land, gain 2 life, and then a copy of Academic Probation. Choose a card name. Opponents can't cast that spell with a chosen name until their next turn, or we choose target non-land permanent until our next turn. It can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So, and yeah, we have a copy of Ollenbock Escort in the deck. We can sacrifice it to give our Virtuoso or any other one of our creatures with counters on it lifelink and indestructible into turn. So this is what I ended up on. In the mana base, we have a copy of Cave of the Frost Dragon, just to have a creature in our mana base. And then we have 2 plains, 2 islands, 2 deserted beaches, 4 pathways, and then these 2 MDFC lands because we can cast, or they come into play untapped. We pay 3 life, and then we can discard them because in our hand and in our graveyard they are spells, so they work with a connive really well. And then we have 2 copies of Sejiri Shelter just for extra protection in our mana base, and it's another land that can be a spell. So, but enough about the deck. Let's see it in action. It's tempo time. It's fun. Protect your threat. Protect your threat. We're gonna lead on Deserted Beach. We're gonna play this one on blue. Traveling Minister. Is this life gain? You know, part of me should have said we should have played Delver there. This cleric counters. Okay. What's Homestead Courage? We draw another Homestead Courage. Now we're gonna attack. Tempting to Fading Hope this token, but we're not in danger yet. Righteous Valkyrie. We might Fading Hope that. Yeah, we're gonna take 3. Scry for a land. Okay, there's the deserted beach. We'll take it. Homestead Courage again. Land. I think we're gonna play Delver. We're gonna get in. Then play Delver. We got protection up. And removal. I'm gonna drop this Valkyrie again. Is it? Delver must flip. Flip thy Delver. Okay. Gain 2 life. Congratulations. Coming in. Yeah, we'll take it. Let's fade this hope here. Oh yeah, look at that. A nice scry with the Delver. See, hot. Homestead Courage, the Stormchaser Drake to draw cards. Homestead Courage, the Stormchaser Drake to draw cards. Get in for 9. And we're turning the tables. So now we get 9, so all I have to do is tap this Valkyrie. Sorry, opponent. You put up a good fight. Yep. There it is. This guy knows a good brew when he sees one. We got a Hearthstone player. Okay. Sure. A tempo hand if I ever saw one. Delver turn 1. Opponent says hello. Hello, opponent. Say hello to Delver. Where did this wolf come from? Strangled my Delver? Well, hello, opponent. Stormchaser? You're gonna burn this, aren't you? Should I have waited? Are you strangle my Drake? Don't you do it, opponent. Don't you dare do it. You're thinking about it. Just a little harmless Drake. Ooh. Yeah, you want it to die. You're gonna give it some dragon fire. You're gonna let it live? Oh, baby. Let's guided voice. I think we need. Do we need to draw lands? We'll draw lands. Homestead Courage. You're gonna kill it now? Okay. Interesting. Voice. We need land. We need some more blue mana. That's not blue mana. Do we care about that? There's another threat. It would be nice to draw a card off that. Counter our Guiding Voice, which was kind of annoying, but... Oh, is this Mill? This could be Mill. I think we can kill Mill. We're gonna get this out of Strangle range. And they might... And then out of Burn Down the House range, it'd be harder for them to deal with this. Unless they have like 12 more Fading Hopes. And I'm ready for rotation. Even though this deck doesn't really lose anything, I don't think. Oh, Guiding Voice, maybe. My opponent says they're about to take the cannon to the face, so they can't beat this deck. Okay. This is playable. Not much, but it's playable. I mean, it's kind of what we want, right? Do we Delver? Do we blind Delver? I think Delver is a trap. But I always hope that we blind Delver. We don't. A trap. Let's consider. We'll keep that. Delver the trap. I mean, if we flip Delver, it's fine, right? It's pretty good. Ooh, Valkyrie. A Cleric Gamer? Looks like it. No blind flipping Delver today. Okay, we're gonna Shredder and Homestead Courage. On our Delver. Like, cause like we need this to get big too. We can technically make this a block this. But we're already gonna okay. Let's make the right play. We want this land, but we also want a Guard approach, so let's... Yeah. Get rid of the Shredder, I guess. Oh, I could've got rid of Homestead Courage. Why am I an idiot? Ugh. Tempo is a little tricky sometimes. Okay, another Valkyrie. Security bypass would be good. But our Ledger Shredder is holding them at bay. Okay, we're gonna Stormchaser. Homestead Courage from the graveyard to draw a card. We have Guiding Voice, Deserted Beach. We pitch Homestead Courage. And I think we pass turn, sadly. This Ledger Shredder is shutting down our opponent a little bit. But this Aspirate is gonna make these Valkyries huge, and if they gain any life here, then it's pretty good. Come on, take down our Stormchaser Drake. fine. I think if they attack. Okay, they don't attack. Hey, we did it. We did it, y'all. I think we bounce. We're gonna hit our Stormchaser Drake. Card draw. Okay. Consider. We draw. Discard. Surveil. Draw. Okay, Seagate. I think we have Fading Hope here. Do we want that? I mean, technically it's more card draw. Do we want reduce to memory? Or expanded anatomy? We just want to make a well. Tough. We make someone big. We get in for. We should have just played one more spell. If we get in for 5. Pass turn. Pretend we have protection. Opponent could depopulate here. Okay, that's fine. Voice is good. Get rid of restoration. This bypass is really good for us. This card's scary. We might grab that that thing. Well, if we exile this, we can get in for 13. Or we just make him block. We do this. This is such a tough, like, little transition here. Okay, let's just probation, or reduce to memory. Oh, I can't play the land. Oh, there's a Virtuoso. It's a tricky sequence. Put opponent at 10. Are we dead here, though? Oh, are we just dead? They can remove this, we're dead. They remove this and we're just dead. Okay. Oh my god, they took the Stormchaser Drake. Opponent with the misplay to save us. So, thank you, opponent. Oh, they still have it. Oh my god. I love you, opponent. Why you let us win like this? Opponent spared us. That one's on you, opponent. Thank you. This climb to Mythic is on you, opponent. I appreciate it. Keep. Time for Ledger Shredder to shrine. Ledger Shredder. Why is talking so hard? Time for Ledger Shredder to shine. I'm gonna wait to cast it because, I mean, we need to protect our threats. Gallagreeters. Opponent leads with Gallagreeters. Alright, so we Ledger Shredder, then we can slip them out the back if we want. Part of me wants to Guiding Voice here. I don't think, like, I think we just get it over 3 or 4. Then this deck, well, they have something like 5 power burn spells. Or 5 damage burn spells. So let's discard this Homestead Courage. We'll grab. Let's grab Expanded Anatomy. Yeah, I think this is going. This deck will have a tough time dealing with this, unless they just double. Do we get the cast trigger first? Oh yeah. Yeah, they know they're dead. Sorry, opponent. Like I said, 5 toughness is hard to deal with. 6 is real hard to deal with if you're trying to burn them out. Not the best hand, but maybe we'll draw. Let's play this tapped. Ledger Shredder, bait out some removal, I think. Or do we just wait? Yeah, let's see what the opponent's got. What is this? Jeskai? Are we Hanada? Are we just control? Are you not scared of my Ledger Shredder? Guiding Voice. Did they reveal a dragon? We'll queue that just in case. We need threats. Expanded Anatomy. And the opponent says, you know what? Maybe they can't deal with it. The card just wins by itself. Busted. For the content, let's. Delver's been bad every time, but let's try it. Turn 1 Delver, let's flip him. Wait. Okay, we're gonna consider here. Okay, we draw the land. Then we flip. Okay, another land. We're gonna Homestead Courage. And they're gonna kill this next turn. But then we have Virtuoso online. Potentially, yep, they're a dead Delver. Delver down. Okay, we're just gonna draw. If I play this, it'll die, and then we will have nothing. We need a little bit of protection first. Oh my god. Not like this, Velomachus. Not like this. We consider Ben a land, get a land. Oh my gosh, Delver is back. I think we have to play the Virtuoso now. Do we scare them and think we have a counter up? Or do we Homestead Courage? I think we Homestead Courage because we need to draw something important. Much as I wanted to put another counter here, like Fading Hope on that, or are there other threat? Oh my gosh, we have a chance here. God dang it! Why can't we ever deflip Delver? Okay, we're gonna bypass here. Can we hit anything but land? There's only 20 lands in the deck, guys. We have to discard you, Ledger Shredder, because we need a Fading Hope there, Velomachus. Goodbye, Ledger Shredder. You know, it would have been nice to get the lands out, to discard all these lands and keep our Ledger Shredder. We bounce. That's fine. It's always lands, isn't it? So if we Homestead Courage there, then we win, but why would we ever be able to Homestead Courage? Ooh, I thought the back's nice. Might pull this out after all. Give me something to just Homestead Courage. I think we just get rid of Drake. Okay. Can we pull this one out? There's no Velomachus. 1, 2, 6. They can play Evoke Justice. That doesn't do it for him, I don't think. We're unblockable. Yeah. Oh, we snuck that one out with drawing like 30 lands. Nice. Okay. Protect Virtuoso. Got it. Interesting. Lead on Deserted Beach. Opponent leads on Hive. They play Cave, we play Cave. We're gonna pass. And we're gonna play Island, Virtuoso, and leave up Slip Out the Back. Or Boon of Safety. They play Righteous Valkyrie. Okay. We're gonna leave that there. We're gonna play our Island, play Virtuoso, leave up white or blue, and pass turn. And if they don't end up targeting this, we can bounce this if we want. Sure. Bounce. We'll leave Homestead Courage on top. Probably the best card in the deck, to be honest. I'm actually going to leave up security bypass here. We're going to discard Emeria's Call. No, we're going to discard Shelter. We're going to play Emeria's Call. We're going to get him for combat. We're going to discard a Homestead Courage. And that was the best card in our deck. That was the best card because we can cast it from the graveyard. Do I want to do both of them? Yes. I think so. Double Courage in the yard. I just feel like this Fading Hope is sometimes clutch, you know? Yeah, we'll take 2 all day. Or if they didn't try to eat one of these Homestead Courages, I mean... Liza. Okay. You can't block. But you can gain life. Do we Fading Hope here? Maybe we do. Maybe we actually use all of our mana. Maybe we kill them here. Discard this. That one's good. We Courage. Discard Slip Out the Back. This is why it's called a combo deck, people. Guiding Voice. And this is why the Virtuoso is the best card in the deck. Good night, Angels. Homestead Courage. And that was Virtuoso. As you can see, card's ridiculous. We're going to start with Sejiri Shelter tab because we really want to curve out here. Opponent on Sundown Pass with some Chun-Li sleeves. Nice. Okay, we're going to play our Island. Opponent on Naya. We're going to just go ahead and drop Letter Shredder because we got several. And we need to get a threat on the board. Naya Runes. As long as they don't grab Lifelink, I think we're okay. Which they'll probably grab because they... Oh, they're still trampling. Okay. Well, we're gonna sneak past you. I think. Yeah, we need to apply pressure. So, we're gonna... No. Put the bypass on the Virtuoso. Double Courage. Okay, we're gonna discard Courage. Because we drew our... You see a guard approach, which has hexproof. We're gonna get in for 4. Opponent Rune of Mites, drawing them a card. For those of you that don't know what Runeforge Champion does, combos with this card, Jeskai Naturalist, to make runes cost 0, which is disgusting. Let's drop a Ledger Shredder, I think. Is double Virtuoso what we want? Maybe. We definitely want security bypass. We need to be slapping them hard. We might try to Virtuoso and then Boon of Safety it to block real well. I do like how opponent had no runes in hand though. That's a miracle. Okay, sick. We'd hit the land, so we're going to Virtuoso. And then we're going to Homestead Courage. Our Virtuoso. Triggering our Ledger Shredder, we're going to draw and discard. I think it's Virtuoso. I kind of think we want this land. Okay, now we don't want the land, but... Do we attack here? Opponent could go off next turn, but even if they go off, we're probably not going to be able to block. We might be able to tap their giant life-leaking creature, which would be nice. Because their naturalist has lifelink. Okay, they just companion. Looking for runes, I guess. Do they even rune? You can't not rune if you run Runeforge Champion. There's the lifelink. We draw. I don't think they have much destroy. Maybe not slip up the back. We're gonna discard this beach. Are we? This is tricky. I think we're gonna discard the boon. We want all this protection. I want to be able to tap this guy so they can't gain life. Or I could kill it with Virtuoso. If I had the boon. Opponent's still drawing. He has play room for free, draw a card, play room for free. Oh, Michiko's. Oh yeah, put it all on the Runeforge Champion. Oh yeah. I like it. Snakeskin Veil. Are you a Snakeskin Veil? And a Tamiyo's. No! They really got me that time. Okay, we played a land. We bypass here. Do we want Guiding Voice? No. Do we? this was Homestead Courage, I'd want it. We might want it. Just so we can discard stuff. We'll draw a card to discard. It doesn't matter. Oh, God. We're gonna take Anatomy. Can we survive a turn? Maybe? This does not have vigilance. This is an 8-10, so we get in for 18 here. 19? Sure. 5 and then 6, so 11, 19. I think we just get in with a Virtuoso. And there's Homestead Courage. One card too late. That would have won the game right there. Double. Okay, so we're discarding Courage. If we can march here. Extra creatures phase out. The start of their controllers next turn. So even if we march. Okay, let's slip them off the back. Yeah. Sick. That did work. Does that let us live? Play land. We have an 8-10. Their enchantments cost 1 less to cast, not free. Ooh, they get the Rune Forge off the top. Gross. Maybe we'll hit another. Maybe they'll. Okay, so they're gonna cast a rune, triggering our ledger. Okay, they don't. Are they just dead? I think they're just dead. Like, you can't block this. Oh, they're still going off. Okay. I think you needed a bunch of lifelink here. Okay, so, yes. They're still digging. I think you're still dead, champ. Okay. You gained 7. Okay. Okay. Of course, let's slip up the back. We Guiding Voice, that gives us 2 counters. Or not Guiding, but Homestead Courage. We discard Mist. $18 is lethal. Yes. Well, it's gonna be 1 more. boom, baby. Alright, we take down runes. Woo. Stressful, this deck. And we're back. Opponents hate this deck. As you saw, we protect a threat, and the opponent throws it in the towel. This deck can be a challenge to pilot. There's a lot of decisions to make, and tons of variance. But it can just steal games out of nowhere. Now, its weakness is it can be a little fragile, but if you draw the right cards, this deck is an ace. I tried a lot of creatures on the deck before I landed on this list. Tried Illuminator Aspirant in the 2-drop slot as well. It was fine. Tried Delver at first. Wasn't never really pleased with it. And I also tried Hopeful Initiate. It was fine, but ended up on Ollenbock Escort. Tried some other spells. Considers decent in this deck if you end up running Delver. If you want to try this deck, Delver and Consider go fine together. So, but you can alter the deck to your liking. This is what I ended up on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Get at me in the comments section if you have any suggestions for the deck or for the channel. And please like and subscribe. And tune in next time to see what we're cooking up in Sorin's laboratory.